Hey, konnichiwa, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over in Japan. How are you doing today? You good? Are you Genki? Do you feel like some pumpkin bombs? I've got a review of the amazing Spider-Man issue 4. It's the new run, written by Joe Kelly. Incredible art as usual by Pepe Larraz, colours Marti Gracia, letters Joe Caramagna, and yeah, the main cover here on the left, if you're watching this on the video you can see, this is the main Pepe Larraz cover, pretty awesome. The variant I've chosen is the Mark, is it Chiarello or Chiarello's Hobgoblin variant, the Hobgoblin Strikes. Pretty simple, but not bad. There are a couple more variants, I'll show those at the end of the review where I give my score. But what you want to know is this issue any good? Can it be any worse than the last three? Although saying that, if you saw my review for issue 3, you would see that I was a positive Wakizashi. I enjoyed it a lot more than a lot of people.
No way!
And I gotta say, this one, issue 4, this, without a doubt, it's Joe Kelly's best issue yet. Simple as that. Okay, you could argue there's only been 4, but I really enjoyed this issue. Really good. Not just because of Pepe Larraz's stunning art, which I just go on about quite a bit in the story summary, but yeah, it's a good story. It's going somewhere. It's emotional. You know, it flashes back to moments in the past. It's bringing a kind of new character in that we've never heard of before, who's, you know, means a lot to Peter when he was a young boy, but Joe Kelly's using that character to also bring back into the story, you know, Aunt May, Uncle Ben, Peter's past, and he actually has some quite moving, quite emotional scenes. Who knew? When he actually stops doing the crazy, you know, hey kids, I'm down with the kids jokes, sometimes he can write pretty well. Some great action with Hobgoblin, Itsy Bitsy's back. Yes, I know last issue I was starting to feel a bit weird feelings for her, until Jim said, looks a bit like Legolas.
How dare you?
And then I was like questioning my identity and all sorts of things. But anyway, that's a story for another show. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I recommend it. If you're not sure about this run so far, do try this. And it's left me really looking forward to the next issue, which is the concluding part of the opening story arc. So by the way, it's Legacy issue 968. This is $4.99 and it says 32 pages, but you get about 21, 22 pages of story. Okay, let's have a look inside the book. There will be spoilers for the issue, so please keep watching if you like. Here we go. Previously in Amazing Spider-Man, Peter Parker just started working at Rand Enterprises, thanks to some help from his long-lost childhood friend, Brian Naring. However, Peter's first day on the job was interrupted by a rampaging rhino, who shocked Spider-Man by having a heart attack mid-fight. While investigating what could have happened to Rhino, Spider-Man's spider sense started buzzing and, one very odd day later, Norman Osborn determined that someone had poisoned Peter. Despite the attack, Spidey decided to take his investigation to Ravencroft, only to be confronted by the psychotic supervillain, the rather weird and horny, making me feel strange things, Itsy Bitsy.
Nice.
Spider-Man fended Itsy off and, with Norman and Brian's help, located the production facility of the drugged soda, which turned out to be the brainchild of the Hobgoblin. Okay, the issue opens with Peter's new boss, the lady who runs Rand Applied Sciences. Can't remember her name, it's not in this issue, it's Dr. something. Let's call her Dr. She's not happy with Peter's performances because he's been turning up late, he's been a bit weird. And she's saying that this is to Brian, Peter's old school buddy. I'm not holding it against you. It was a good recommendation, if you ignore the sensational parts of his career. Just gotta say, loving all these mushrooms in the background. It's pretty magic. It looks magic to me. What do you think? But do they look like Mysterio's helmets? No, I'm joking. It's a joke. Brian replies that someone in this room who's not me is D tier on showing up to work. So is he talking about his boss there? And it's quite a bizarre scene because here he is, he's picking mushrooms from the growth above his head. He starts eating them and he's like, oh crap, good news, he is on drugs.
Like how?
Dr. says, are you high on your own fungus? Fungi, or is it fungi? Hey, I'm a fungi. Well, you know, I used to be when I was in my 20s.
I was there with Jack and we weren't terribly impressed with the music.
Meanwhile, where's Peter? If you remember the cliffhanger from last issue, Hobgoblin attacked. We get a little bit of catch-up exposition here. Hobgoblin is behind a soda company that hides drugs among its all-natural flavours. So not only the Hobgoblin, but he's got like some soldiers as well, some guards are trying to take Spidey out. Spidey's asking, "What are you trying to do here, Kingsley?" Hobgoblin replies, "You tell me. Your blood is full of it. Why would I sell anxiety in a can?" The exposition continues. "Itsy Bitsy drugged me because I was trying to figure out what happened to Rhino. Turns out Rhino had drunk a load of the soda, had a crazy reaction, and had a heart attack, dropped on the street in the middle of a charge. What does a light dose do? Anxiety in a can?" And then Pete starts flashing back to these younger days with Brian when they were kids. They're laughing about, the colour of your mum's underwear. Okay, at least Joe Kelly thinks it's funny. Come on, look at this scene. I'm going to keep singing the praises of Pepe Larraz, the artist, all the way through this book. He is still the best thing about this book so far. Okay, look at this. It's an attack by the Hobgoblin. For some reason, Spidey is distracted. He's still hallucinating, he's flashing back to his past memories. Maybe he's thinking about Itsy Bitsy, like me. Hobgoblin delivers a flying double kick to poor Peter Parker's Spidey stomach. Yep, this isn't funny anymore. He's down but not quite out. We see above him Hobgoblin throwing 2 more pumpkin bombs. Peter spots a little hidey hole under a giant fridge, I think it is, refrigerator. He fires his webbing, pulls himself out the way just in time. Enter our favourite light blue Legolas impersonator, Itsy Bitsy. "Boss, we have trouble?" Hobgoblin's not happy. "You failed twice to kill him." She quickly apologises and then says, "By the way, our friend at the feds," so they've got someone on the inside, "they told us that someone's reached out to the Justice Department about the soda. A couple of scientists." Uh-oh. Do they sound familiar? Is it going to lead them to Rand? Then Itsy Bitsy dives down to attack Peter. She calls him Daddy again. It's playtime. And I'm getting weird like bad chills on the back of my spine, you know what I mean? A little bit creepy there, a bit sus. Spidey's out of it though. Look at he's talking about, "My fault. If Brian is hurt, it's my fault." So he's only focusing on Brian. He knows that if Hobgoblin finds out, where this information came from, he's going to go. He's going to chase them down. He's going to destroy them. Again, we get another flashback. So Peter is still hallucinating. "You call it the Parker look to make yourself feel better. But it's just you, Peter." "It's Uncle Ben. No." And then we see Shay. "You can't keep anything good in your life. How long before I'm another victim of your choices?" "No, Shay, it won't be like that." We've even got a really scary looking Harry Osborn. I thought it was Norman there with worms coming out of his mouth. "You help strangers, but the people you claim to care about?" So he's having a really, really bad trip right now. But I've got to say, it is nice to see these flashbacks, and it's done well and drawn wonderfully by Larraz. And then the hallucinations remind Peter, again this is his own mind, isn't it? He lost the love of his life. Not once, but twice. It's Gwen and Mary Jane. No! "Hey, you in there?" It's Itsy Bitsy standing over a poor, befuddled Peter Parker. She tells him that she's over him now. She wrote a boss speech, but life's disappointments help us grow, and she knocks him flying yet again. She's very powerful. He hits his head so hard it gives him another flashback to his childhood. His first can of beer. Wow. Do you remember yours? It's Brian getting Peter to drink, and they're talking about Peter's lost his parents, unfortunately. He just can't seem to connect well with Ben and Aunt May. Brian's complaining about his own parents. He's upset. I like this line here. "And another thing." This is followed by the obligatory hugging the toilet bowl scene. But it's actually a really sweet scene. We've got May here saying, "I'm staying, Peter. I'm not sure I'll ever have your attention for this long again. I'm going to talk and pray you remember it in the morning." She tells him how hurt she and Ben are that Peter's trying to push them away. They're not even sure why. They haven't done anything wrong. They're treating him really well. Maybe it's because they're not his biological parents. And no matter what he does, this is lovely, May says, "We're going to love you, whether you let us or not, come what may." Ooh, nice. See what you did there, Joe. Peter's crying, saying, "Until you're gone too." So you can see this is what he's afraid of. He's afraid of loss because he's experienced a huge loss when he was young. Then May comes out with this, and it's a cracker. Respect to Joe Kelly, it's a really good line. I'm going to read it word for word. Verbatim, I think they say. Don't push away the good things because you're afraid to lose them, Peter. It's the only way to guarantee that you will. Can I just say that May's earring looks like a spoon? I thought we were having a Matrix moment. There is no spoon. And then we get this. It's lovely. It's lovely to see. Come on, even you with the hardest hearts out there who can't stand Spider-Man anymore. This has got to you. It has, right? Hey, it may not have made you cry 600 times like Nick Lowe was on about in the editor's page, the letters page, but, you could feel it, couldn't you? A little lump in the throat. Go on, admit it. Then we flash back to the present, to reality. Well, I think it's real. And we see Spider-Man is hugging Itsy Bitsy. He's saying to her, to it, I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. I don't want to lose you. I love you. What did you say? Then we get Spidey thinking, hang on a minute, that's not May's voice. Not sure why Spider-Man went kind of Northern English Manchester accent, but anyway. Now, folks, I've got to warn you, brace yourselves. Brace yourselves for the next scene. Here it comes. Why would you do that? Itsy Bitsy snaps and we see the full glory of Itsy Bitsy's scary, freaky spider mouth. Oh my god. Whew, I hope you were having your breakfast when you're watching this. Spider-Man ducks the chomping mandibles. Did you like that? And throws Itsy Bitsy against the wall, hits her with webbing, leaves it in a big sticky webby mess. He's on his way to Rand, to Brian. Then we get to hear, I guess it's Peter's answer phone. Bro, I left a dozen messages. That soda was drugged, but not by a creepy bartender. Someone put the stuff in the can, all the cans. Good news is, Pete, Dr. So it is and I called the Fed, so we're going to be famous for busting up some wild shit. I think it says shite, but you know. Marvel can't show swear words. There you go. But as we were hearing that message on Pete's answer machine or on his phone, we saw Hobgoblin winging his way towards what I guess is the Rand building. Call me back, Pete. It's all good now. And look at this close-up of the Hobgoblin here. How scary does he look? Reminds me of something, some character from a movie or, I don't know, from a painting. It's awesome image. To be concluded. So issue 5 is the final part of this opening story arc. Well, I hope you enjoyed my review. I really enjoyed putting it together. For a score, I am positive. I'm going for it. You're going to kill me, I know, but I'm going to give it an 8. Yes, it's a first 8 out of 10 for the new ASM run by Kelly and Pepe Larraz. I mean, Pepe Larraz's art is like between 8.5, 9.5 every issue, but with the writing, it's been pulling it back. But this really works. This lands, in my opinion. Okay, 2 more variants. The one on the left here is the Greg Land 1 in 25 variant. It's got Hobgoblin and Spidey fighting. We've got Hobgoblin's holding a pumpkin bomb. It's burning. And the other variant is a strange one for me. It is fantastic because it's Alex Ross doing a Captain Marvel Virgin variant. Looks great, but I'm not sure what the connection is, apart from it says Timeless Captain Marvel Virgin variant. So there we go. Okay, as always, thanks a million for watching. Do drop comments. Let me know what you think of the issue. Am I being overly positive? Am I crazy? Yes, I know. Stupid question to ask, I know, right? I'm setting myself up for a fall yet again. But do let me know what you thought of the issue, and I hope to see you in a future video. This has been Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse, signing off for the night. Now all I've got to do is edit this thing.
He swaps his longsword for a Wakizashi, so